A lot of familiar faces in the crowd, that's always nice. So my name is Sohan. I work in the Alexa team as an evangelist. I've met some of y'all, but it's also nice to see a lot of new faces in the crowd. I'm giving this short little talk about Alexa and what we sort of achieved in 2019 and where we really are at. So there's this quote by Gartner, and Gartner does a lot of research about future tech. And they said that conversational platforms will drive the next big paradigm shift in how humans interact with the digital world. And I think this is a very, very interesting quote because so far, all the technology we've been using in terms of consumer tech has been via a screen. It's either been on your desktop or your laptop, on the internet, on your phone, on your tablet. Everything has been screen-based devices. But we, as humans, we converse naturally, right? We speak. That's how we communicate with each other. Things like swiping and pinching to zoom or using a mouse, they're not natural interactions. These are things that we have learned to be in order to be able to talk to our computing. But we're finally at the stage where we can actually speak to our computing. We have this thing called a voice user interface. And it's really exciting because this provides this new interface for all of us going forward. And we really see this future of ambient computing, where computing really seamlessly blends into your environment. So I'm very excited because I can talk to you all today about what we sort of achieved in 2019. Shameless plug, I'm also doing a hardcore tech talk later today about some of the AI we used in making Alexa smarter and more locally relevant. So before we start, I just want to give us some stats about where we are at. So right now there are over 100 million Alexa enabled devices worldwide, which is a huge number. We have more than 100,000 Alexa skills. Now for those of y'all who might not be familiar, a skill is something that extends the capability of Alexa. So think of it as a voice app, similar to how you have apps on your mobile phone, you have skills on Alexa. There is a skill store, and anybody can build a skill for free and upload it to the skill store, and people can use it. And it's a great ecosystem. A lot of people are building skills. In fact, just yesterday we did a workshop for about 200 people who went ahead and built a skill. So y'all can maybe try that out sometime. We also have hundreds of thousands of developers worldwide working on this. A lot of them are making money and have started businesses around building skills, which I think is very exciting because I started my career as a mobile dev. And this was late 2009, early 2010. And we used to go to companies and say, hey, you really need to get onto this. It's going to be huge. And people would be like, nah, I got a website, I'm cool. And now we really know where we're at in the world, where each of the apps that you use on your phone are multi-billion-dollar industries in themselves. So we are at that stage where I think that shift is now happening towards voice interfaces. So it's really something that you all should be looking at if you work for a company, if you're an entrepreneur, if you're a product manager. It's something that you should be very, very excited about. Customers have used Alexa skills billions of times. And I think that's a very interesting fact. That's something we just launched, or rather announced at reInvent recently. And we also saw a 100% increase in skill usage and engagement this past year, right, over 2019. So it's really exciting world for all of us. And I think this really feeds into our vision of Alexa everywhere. It's not just this small device that sits in your home. We really see voice user interfaces as the future. So we see this world of Alexa everywhere where you're using Alexa not just at your home, but also on the go and maybe at work and other places as well. And keeping that in mind, I'm going to talk about three basic things, about the devices we launched this past year, about the new capabilities Alexa has, and some of the dev tools that we launched that you all can try out. So let's talk a little bit about the devices that we launched. And again, keeping in mind this theme of Alexa everywhere, we launched a bunch of interesting devices. Some of them right now are only in the US, and some have been launched in India as well. But I'd like to start off with this, which is the Echo Portable Input. As you can see, it's a small speaker that can fit anywhere in your house. You can take it with you, and it's an India-first device. And that's what really makes me proud because it has a battery. It's resistant to like dust and water, etc. And this is how it looks. It's called the Echo Portable Input. It's available on Amazon.in. We also launched something called the Echo Buds. You can see it in the lady's ear. It's something that it is a wireless earphone. It's noise cancelling, and it has Alexa on it. So while you're jogging, while you're on the way to work, you can just say, Alexa, play me this song, or Alexa, give me the directions to this place, and it would actually tell you. So it's pretty interesting. This is what it really looks like. We also launched something interesting, and can you tell me where the Alexa device in this image is? Anybody? Glasses, very good. Yeah, it is. It is that. It's the Echo frames. This is how it looks. There is a tiny little speaker at the back, and it also has a mic. So you can wear it. It doesn't look, very obtrusive. It looks very natural, and you can have this voice user interface while wearing these frames. We also launched something pretty cool called the Echo Loop, which is sort of like a ring that you put on your finger, and again, you can carry it with you on the move. You can get updates, you can add things to your shopping cart, all of this via this thing that sits on your ring finger, and this is what it really looks like. Again, keeping in mind the whole on the move paradigm, we launched something called Echo Auto, rather Alexa Auto, where in your car you can have a voice user interface, and I think this is great. You really, there are so many things about texting and driving and using apps while driving, but having like a voice user interface, I think, makes sure that you can keep your eyes on the road, which is what we want, until of course self-driving cars come by. And this is again how the device really looks. It can fit easily into your car. And we launched something, and this is available in India too. It's called the Flex Input. I think it's a very interesting device. It's meant for some places where you really don't want to keep like a speaker. So it just goes into a plug point. Places like the bathroom or near the kitchen sink where you just want, maybe to ask the time and play some music and few things, but you don't want a very expensive device because there's water, etc. around. It's a very interesting device. It's available here. This is interesting. This is a speaker by Boat, the company. It's a company that's integrated Alexa, and it's a low-cost speaker. It's available on Amazon for less than 2,000 rupees, and it has all of Alexa's capabilities in it. Xiaomi launched their Redmi Note Pro 8, which has already sold 1 million devices, and this comes with Alexa on the phone as well. And as you know, a lot of people in India use Xiaomi phones, and it's not just mobile phones and speakers. We have like set-top boxes like this one by MyBox that's completely voice enabled. So you can actually say something like change the channel or find out when you have to pay your bill, etc., all via voice, making us a little more lazy in the process. And yeah, this is a set-top box by Dish TV as well, which comes with Alexa. So these are the whole bunch of devices that we launched over the last year or so. Let's talk a little bit about the capabilities, and I think this is more in turn with the developer audience here. I think the biggest is the fact that we launched Hindi on Alexa. Right? This is probably my proudest moment being in the team, because for the first time, and this is what excites me about voice user interfaces, for the first time people can speak to Alexa in Hindi. And I think that the great thing is with voice user interfaces, you really lower the barrier to access technology. I think we've all identified with teaching a parent or a grandparent or an elderly person how to use a mobile app, and invariably it's like click here, do this, do that, and this happens. You're teaching a series of steps. But now, if they can speak the language, they now have access to tech that they otherwise didn't. And that is really exciting, and that is, it opens up tech to so many more people in the world. I'm talking a little bit about the Hindi launch in my later talk, but again, we already have more than 750 skills specifically in Hindi. We have like 30 plus brands that have built skills for Hindi. And we also realize that most households in India, and I'm sure you'll agree with me, don't speak just Hindi. It is a mixture of Hindi, English, and maybe other languages. So right now there is a multilingual mode where it supports colloquial English. So you can say something like, Alexa, Delhi ka Chief Minister kaun hai? Or you can say something like, Alexa, 9 baje ka alarm set karo, which is a good mix of both Hindi and English, because that's how we all speak colloquially, and Alexa will actually understand this. There is a multilingual mode which understands all of this. In fact, I have a couple of audios which demonstrate this, so let's listen.
Alexa, कोई फिल्म डायलॉग सुनाओ।
मुन्ना भाई की ओर से ये रही एक टिप, टेंशन लेने का नहीं, सिर्फ देने का।
एलेक्सा, अंधाधुन फिल्म कब रिलीज हुई थी?
फिल्म अंधाधुन 5 अक्टूबर 2018 को रिलीज हुई थी।
अलेक्सा, दिवाली कब है?
दीपावली 27 अक्टूबर 2019 रविवार को है, जिसमें अभी 1 महीना और 9 दिन हैं।
Yeah, we had recorded this a while back. But as you can see, different the three audios, people spoke in slightly different accents. It was intentional. And Alexa spoke in Hindi, replied in Hindi, and also, as you can notice, she had a personality. She quoted Munna Bhai, a line from Munna Bhai. So this is something that we really worked on to make this India specific. To make this something that Indian audiences would really identify with. Also, another capability that we just launched is something called Alexa Guard. And we realized that sound and with this user interface is not just with speech. Different sounds can be inputs as well. So, for instance, a glass breaking or a smoke alarm going off can be an input. So, we launched something called Alexa Guard, and I'm just going to play this short video very quickly.
Guard is a new Alexa feature that helps you keep your home and family safe. When you leave, set Guard to away mode by saying, "Alexa, I'm leaving." Once in away mode, your Echo device can detect the sounds of smoke alarms, carbon monoxide alarms, and glass breaking. If one of these sounds is detected, Alexa can let you know with a smart alert via a phone notification. You can listen to a 10-second audio clip of the detected sound in the Alexa app, or drop in on your Echo remotely to investigate what's happening in your home. Guard works with security systems from Ring and ADT. Alexa can arm your system when you set Guard to away mode. And with professional monitoring, you can forward smart alerts to your security service provider. If you have connected smart lights, Alexa can control them when Guard is in away mode to make it look like someone's home. To set up Guard, open the latest version of the Alexa app on your mobile device, go to Settings, and select Guard. From there, follow the simple step-by-step instructions. Next time you head out, tell Alexa you're leaving to put her on guard.
Yeah, isn't it cool? We also launched something called whisper mode. If you notice in real life, if you whisper to someone, they will whisper back. Try it out, right? If I come up to say, "Hey dude, are you at AI Conclave?" No one's going to shout out the answer. So we realized that is a natural thing for people to do. So we ported that to Alexa as well. So there is something called whisper mode. Again, very short video.
Rough day. What's for dinner? Alexa, open Domino's.
Hi, welcome to Domino's. Would you like to place an order or track an order?
And you'd be surprised how hard, yeah, round of applause. And you might think, hey, this is an easy problem to solve, but you'd be surprised from a technology point of view how difficult this is. Because if you realize when you whisper, how you enunciate and how you intonate changes. And it's also open to much more noise from a fan or a mobile phone. So it's really difficult, but if it's working really well, you can try it out on your devices. And I'll talk a bit about this in my talk later about how we actually achieve this. We also have something called routines, and this is something that I use at home. So when I can say something like, "Alexa, say good night," I can do a bunch of things, like switch off all the lights in my house. When I say good morning, I can turn the lights on, turn my coffee maker on, etc. So you set a routine for every day. In fact, I know people in this room who actually, when they say good morning, it sets the light on, puts the coffee maker on, plays some Suprabhatam, and it sets your routine off. This is something that I think is very close to me, at least. It's called What Am I Holding, where especially for people who are visually impaired, you can show real life objects to the camera in Alexa and it would tell you what you're holding. And I think it goes a long way in increasing accessibility to people who really need it. I'm just going to play the first 20 seconds of this clip so you have an idea.
I am totally blind. It's been 8 years this December. I went through every single room and reorganized it so that I knew where every single thing was, because in my house, I was not going to feel blind. Alexa, what am I holding?
It looks like Tea Forte World of Teas.
But when you have other people in the household, things get moved all the time.
Yeah, so I think you got an idea. You can show any object that you're holding, especially which has labels on it, and Alexa would identify and say what you're holding. And I think it's really amazing. So we also launched a bunch of dev tools. We're trying to make it as easy as possible for everyone to build for Alexa. So we launched something called Blueprints, which are things, it's a product you can use to build a skill without any code. So if you have a device at home, how many people have Alexa device at home here? Oh, that's amazing. All right, so go try it out. Go look up Alexa blueprints. You can build simple things for, like a Q&A for your home, or like a whose turn is it to do the daily chores, something to tell the Wi-Fi password to guests who come home. Very simple things, but no code involved. We also launched something called Skill Flow Builder, which again requires no code for you to build skills. You can build simple games and interactive fiction by just saying, if a user says this is what I do, and you can define paths. And it's very interesting. You can build nice interactive fiction games with this. People have built some pretty interesting experiences with the Skill Flow Builder. Coming to something that's very AWS centric, we launched something called Hosted Skills, which basically takes a Lambda function and puts it into your dev console, so you don't really need to set up a backend for your skill. You just log into dev.amazon.com and get started. It's very simple. Literally, all you have to do is just choose this option which says Alexa hosted, either Node.js or Python. Those are the two SDKs we have, and you can get started instantly with building a skill. We also launched something called Alexa Presentation Language, which was a visual framework for all the screen-based devices. And you might think, okay, there are a few screen-based devices, but this also gives you access to everybody who uses a Fire TV stick. And on this really big screen, you can have Alexa and you can have skills. So all you have to do is develop it once. It sort of enables the same skill on screens of different sizes. We launched something called Skill Connections, which is interesting, which is when one skill can talk to another skill. So say you've used the skill to book tickets and you want to get it printed. Instead of adding that, you can just talk to the printer skill and it would print tickets. So you're having skills that can work with each other and really enhance the capabilities. We also launched something called Skill Personalization. This is live right now, where it can identify different speakers in the same household. So if I say something like, book me a cab to work, versus my wife saying, book me a cab to work, it would, you can configure it to different places. So you can personalize experience for different voices in the same household. And we also have a certification program. I'm very happy to say I passed. I hate exams. I was nervous as hell, but I passed this exam. So there is a certification. It is a typical AWS certification. So people in agencies or SIs, this is something you really need to look at. And I think all of this wouldn't have been possible with you, right? Without you, because we really have a strong developer community. We have a bunch of developers who are really pushing the boundaries. I have a short 30-second clip on some of our top developers, so I'm just going to show that to you.
We started looking out for games that are popular, things like rock, paper, scissors, something very simple.
Rock, paper, scissors.
The key thing is to have the invocation name that is very simple. Alexa, open story string.
It felt quite proud to see my name on Amazon.com.
So I try to keep the entertainment part in the skill.
It definitely is a very good feeling.
I really enjoy the experience with Alexa.
We are actually doing something good here.
Yeah, and next year when I hopefully give this talk, I'd really like if y'all are in this video, some of y'all. So anyway, I have another session at 12 where I talk a little bit. I do a deep dive on some of the AI and ML that goes into the tech behind Alexa. So I'd like to see y'all there. I just want to end by saying, what will you build in 2020? I think this is an incredible opportunity for everyone here, whether you're a product manager, entrepreneur, SI, independent, freelance, whatever. I think there's a huge opportunity here. So get your hands dirty, build something cool, and I hope to see you all soon. Anyway, thanks a lot. See you soon. Bye.